Hello, good morning. It is absolutely freezing today. But I'm here to start my June stash busting. That's Fletchy rubbing his face on my tripod. I had big plans going into June and it's the 12th already, so whoops. That wasn't really how I thought this month would go, but I made these big plans to like finish certain projects. You might be able to guess some of them this month, and then I did that at the end of May. And so the month hadn't actually started and I didn't really know what to expect, and then the month has just kind of exploded. So we're shelving the finishing of projects until I have like an actual month where I can spend the whole month working on that, because I'm only just really starting with stuff now. So instead of doing finishing projects, I've basically switched this to like a home stuff projects. So, first one, there's only two, and I've started one of them, but first one here is this blanket. Obviously not looking like a whole lot right now. I just started this yesterday, and I can't really show you much because of how short my needles are, but got a few rows there. I decided to go with this one because this is the huge bag of yarn that I had for this project, and I've been starting it and ripping it out and starting it again and ripping it out again. I just couldn't really decide what I wanted to do because I have three colors. I have this one that I'm working with right now, which is called Catskills Corner. This is all hometown yarn from Lion Brand, so there's that color. There's this one which is called Aspen Tweed, and yeah, it's just the little tweedy bits in there. And then this pink which is called Palm Springs. So I have 4 balls of each color, and I was just trying to decide whether I wanted to do a stripy thing or I don't know. I've decided that I'm literally just gonna use all the one color. So I'm gonna use this color, and then I think I'm gonna go into the tweed next, and then into the pink, and it'll, I don't know, it's not really a fade, I don't know. Bringing in of color, I guess. This is all ready. So yeah, I have 4 balls of each color, so I have 12 in total, and these are actually 113 grams. Very strange amount, but I have over 1,000 grams of this. So I figured that doing this project, which is gonna just be a knit until I'm done kind of thing. Like if there are any scraps left over, they're going to be like tiny things from joining and all that kind of stuff. But otherwise, all of it will be used. And so I'd be able to take a huge amount of yarn off my stash. It's so cold at the moment. I thought that making another blanket would be a good use of my time, and also would help me get through a big bag of yarn. The second thing I haven't started yet and haven't even really thought about too much. I think I'm gonna have to see if I can find some patterns online and everything like that, but I basically want to make a like draft stopper for the like door we have that goes into the kitchen from in here, because it has so much cold air come under it. So I do not know what Fletchy is doing, but he's attempting to climb onto the table from behind the table, which is against the wall. I don't really know. Cats, I tell ya. But I figured, so last winter, Alex and I bought a draft stopper from Aldi, and then it was too big for our door and it just did nothing. And so the other day when we were in Aldi, we saw that they had some again this year, and we were like, well, they were kind of, that was useless last year and ended up kind of being a total waste of money, even though it wasn't very much. And I thought, well, I have a lot of yarn, as we well know, and I also do have some stuffing. I think I'm just gonna make one myself. So I am going to measure the door soon. I'm gonna see if I can find a pattern, and if not, I'm just gonna wing it, I think. We'll see how we go, but I figured between this blanket and that, just, you know, this month is about building on the cozy rather than, I don't know, necessarily trying to, I don't know, work on patterns and things like that. We're just gonna, you know, we're just knitting for the cozy in winter and practical things that will actually help around the house. So I'm gonna get back to this one for now. This one, I have to say, it is really fun to knit on because these are 15mm needles, and so it's pretty quick, and I don't know, it just feels nice to like have something that doesn't take me 3 hours to get through a couple of rows. Like, I think this whole thing took me an hour yesterday, and yeah, it's nice to see it actually grow in front of my eyes. And yeah, that's what we're going to focus on for June. So I'll catch you all next week, and hopefully this has grown a bit. I would love if I could still manage to finish these 2 projects this month. I feel like this one, yeah, is at least moving quickly, even if I do have so many balls of yarn to get through. Anyway, I'll see you all in a week. Hello, good morning. It is the 16th today, and I've made some really good progress on the blanket. So I have done all 4 balls of my original color, and I am now, I mean, the ball fell apart, but this is what I have left of the first ball of the second color. This was the Aspen Tweed, and this is how it's looking. Obviously I've left it in a row, so it's not easy to show you, but that's what we've got. I'm really liking it so far. The only issue that I have possibly come across is that I don't think it's going to be very long, because I kind of thought that there, let me just kind of fold it, that there is the 4 balls of the one color, and I was kind of hoping that this would be a relatively long blanket, because I have a couple that are kind of smaller and like they're perfect for the cats. There's one sitting over there, but they're not particularly warm for Alex and I. So I kind of hoped that this would be a longer one, so that it would at least kind of as I was saying, I'm just not sure how long it's going to be. I am considering maybe ordering, I know, but ordering 4 balls of a 4th color to add to the end of it. Just to give it a little bit extra length. But I'm not going to make the decision until I have reached the end of the 4 balls of this color, and we'll see how it looks then. But right now I'm kind of on the side of I think I might need to order more yarn, which is not ideal. The whole purpose of this project was to like get rid of all this yarn. But at least if I was to order 4 more, it would be used up for a project like immediately. And as I said before, or at least I think I've said this before, this project is just like a knit until I'm done. So like every scrap of it that I can possibly use is being used. So I think that that's not so bad, as, you know, I just need like a tiny bit of this one color, and then I'll have a whole ball left over or something. Yeah, everything will be used. So we're gonna see how I go with this and see whether it's gonna be long enough for like a good winter blanket. So yeah, we'll just wait and see regarding whether I'm gonna need another color or not. And that is that. That's the update for today. We'll probably not be back until next week, but hopefully by then I'm finished with this second color and I've made a decision on the yarn, and we might even be on to the pink. But oh my god, it's so nice and squishy so far. So I think whether I need that yarn or not, I think this is going to be a good, I don't know, it's going to be a good addition, I guess, to the couch, to be honest with you. All right, I'll see you all in a couple of days. I think it's been a week now. Honestly, we're at that point in the year where it's just kind of like, I don't know what day, week, or month it is. And I still have to like question myself if I'm sure that this is 2025. We've reached that point of the year where everything is just chaos, and yeah, but knitting, I haven't done a whole lot of it, but I have some things to talk to you about. So we've done a little bit more of the blanket. Very hard to show you with Arthie here, and also just kind of the size of it. But yeah, we've started working on the tweed. I just started on the 3rd ball of this. And yeah, that's how we're looking. Whoops. Lengthwise. So yeah, not a whole lot has been done on this in the last couple of days. Still holding on to hope that I might be able to at least finish the tweed section by the end of the month, but it is the 23rd today, so we're going to see how that pans out. But in my little bag of goodies for this project, I went ahead and bought some more yarn. So I bought this yarn. This is by Motivera, which is like a Spotlight home brand, and this is Monkey in the color Mushroom. This is slightly different than the Hometown. This is 113 grams or 4 ounces. This one is 100 grams. This one is also acrylic with a little bit of rayon. This is just 100% acrylic, but they didn't have any Hometown, and I was literally going around comparing the different ones, and I felt like in terms of, I don't know, feeling and the colors available, and this is still a bulky yarn, I thought that this was my best option. So I bought 4 of those, and that will go onto the end of the blanket just to give it that little bit extra length. And I think that with the 4 of them, it should be an okay sized blanket. Here's hoping. And so that's all of the knitting I've done. I have not touched anything else. But I did find a pattern for my like door stopper. So I have that in theory kind of ready to go. I've got the pattern. I still haven't measured the door, but I also think I know which yarn I'm going to use, which is just some, honestly, I think it's Motivera as well. And it's some like worsted weight, and I have a few colors of it. I think I've got like a beigey, sandy kind of color, and a black, and maybe like a white. So I might do something with that. We'll see. But I have not had the time to start that yet, or really the patience. I don't know. I feel like I really, really want to be done with this tweed color and onto the first pink. And then maybe I'll think about doing that doorstop. I don't know. I just really am feeling that like one project mindset at the moment, which I never feel. But I just want to get through as much of this as I can, and then hopefully in July I can finish this one and kind of go back to working on some other things, which we'll talk about next month. But that's it for today. Hopefully I will have one more update for you this month, and hopefully we're on to the pink. As per usual, it is not quite the end of the month yet, but I don't know what it is. I always seem to have like plans or work on like the last day of the month, and I like to try and get these videos up kind of early in the month, because then, I don't know, I feel like I can talk about the projects that I'm working on in that month online, I guess. I don't really know what my thought process is, but I just like having them up early, and that means that sometimes I'm ending the vlogs before the end of the month. So, have not done too much more on this, but I did get onto the last ball of the Aspen tweed color, so that's something. And honestly, I might finish it by the end of the month. I just don't have time to film, so it's looking pretty good. Ignore my like ends and everything. It's so thick. I'm really hoping it's going to be super warm, because I don't know, I was a little nervous with it being on 15mm that it would be too holdy and it wouldn't be warm, but I think the yarn is thick enough that it is going to be fine. So yeah, that's it really for June. June was not the month that I had hoped for. knitting wise or just like personal wise, I don't know, I started the month with all these like good things, all this excitement, and then it all just kind of died for different reasons. I'm feeling so much better. I'm feeling more positive this week, and I'm hoping that I will be able to continue that sort of feeling into July. I'm going to see how the next couple of days pan out before I make any kind of goals or dreams for the month, I guess. And we'll see kind of where I am actually on like July 1st of how I think the month is going to pan out, where I am with my projects, and what I might feasibly be able to do. So, a little bit more work on this for the rest of the month. Hopefully we can finish this color. And then I thought I'd also give you a little tiny sneak peek into something that I'm pretty sure I'm going to work on in July. And you might be able to tell from the noise, but I am going to be trying to use up some Advent from last year. I have a project which I may or may not have started, and I think I'm finally going to be able to use some of these up, which would be amazing. But more about that in July. Otherwise, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I thought I would just mention at the end here, I'm not super great about, I don't know, promoting myself, but I wanted to let you know that I have started Ko-Fi memberships if you're interested. This is probably going to be a little bit more book, I don't know, book heavy, I guess, because I have so many things for my booktube channel that I feel like, you know, kind of have this behind the scenes stuff and things like that. But there will also be some knitting content on there too if you're interested. Right now there is only the one tier, which is called Arthy's Accomplices. This is for $1. I think it's in AUD because I am Australian. I'm honestly not sure how Ko-Fi translates currencies and things like that, but it's up there if you're interested, and there will be some more tiers coming soon, as well as some fun behind the scenes stuff. And that's it. I will catch you all probably in a week or two. I will be doing my like Q2 wrap up of my knitting and seeing kind of where I'm sitting and deciding what we're going to try and do for the next quarter. I can't believe that we're already halfway through the year. It's kind of crazy. I don't know where, like I swear it was March like 3 days ago. This quarter just really flew by. But that's it. I'll see you all next time. Bye.